Ollie's back with the vet.
I said, does this mean like an automatic retire? And I like started crying.
So you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be.
Ollie's back with the vet, and we're just waiting. Gonna check everything out. Yeah, we'll update you what they say.
I did get a little emotional. So it's looking like he probably is starting with some early arthritis. She wants to do x-rays, which they're gonna do next week. And I just asked her, like, how does this affect him as a working dog? And she said I said, does this mean like an automatic retire? And she said, no, Mary, we're gonna figure out a way to make sure that he's comfortable, and as long as he is comfortable, then he's okay to work. And I like started crying. Yeah, so she's like totally on top of things. She tested a couple of his little bumps, tumory things, and we'll hear back, but hopefully, most likely they are all just like he has that tumor on his shoulder, lipoma. Anyway, we're rushing back because I need to sign on for that video conference. Yeah, so she said it looks like it's his shoulder joint that probably is starting with the arthritis. His hips are perfect. So they're gonna take x-rays, and she has a couple of treatment options to make sure that he's comfortable once we figure out exactly what's going on with his shoulders. So I'm glad we took him in, and she's amazing. I'm so thankful for that vet, and we'll figure things out, and we'll take it one day at a time, just as we have for the last 6 weeks. When he was sore 6 weeks ago, he like was on bed rest and obviously didn't work during that time, and same with the last couple of days, just staying home and resting. And oh wait, they're calling. The vet's calling. Okay, we just heard back 8:15 on Wednesday morning. We'll drop him off because one of the x-rays they need is like a really uncomfortable position for him, especially if his shoulders are sore. So they're probably going to be giving him a little bit of sedation to make sure they can get the images they need. But that's so funny, like we haven't dropped him off at the vet since he was neutered.
Oh wow.
When he was like 7 months old or whatever it was.
Yeah, like 7 years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago. We haven't left him at a vet since then. That's crazy. But he'll only be there for a little while. So anyway, all of our questions were addressed. The tumor thing and his achy joints. But I'm glad that, oh wow, fall time in New England. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad I think it worked out the right way that we came in, you know, this time, since it's starting to hurt again.
Yeah.
Because last time we wouldn't have known if it was like
just a
pulled muscle, right?
Yeah.
So now we can figure out what we need to do.
And I think it was really good that we came to the vet that knows him before we moved, so that like she noticed like he doesn't have as much mobility in his front shoulders.
And she's writing everything really specific for the next vet, so they know like exactly how big his spots are. And
yeah, and we'll have the baseline x-rays for his.
Yeah. So we'll see what's next. But it is really interesting. There's a video about service dogs retiring. Wait, let me think here. I think Molly Burke did a video about service dogs retiring. If we can find it, we'll link it down here. It's obviously all new to me because he's my first and only service dog, and as he's gotten older, it's always like in the back of our minds. We know that there will be a day when he needs to retire for whatever reason that would be. And it's so interesting that he's had to do these kind of bed rest, like time off the last couple of months. It's just so interesting to think, wow, this could be part of the process of like him starting to get, it's very hard for service dogs when it's time to retire, because this has been their whole life and they love doing this and they love going out and all of this. My hope is, you know, she said he does not need to retire right now, and she said that this is not his time to retire. But if that means in 1 year he needs to retire or whatever it is, there's no telling. Maybe that this could be kind of a soft way to kind of start getting him used to that, so it's not such a stark, one day he's working, one day he's not, like cold turkey type of thing. You know, he needs to have some time off, and he's getting a little bit used to that. At this point, it'll just be a matter of us being in tune with, as long as he's not in pain, and as long as he's wanting to go. And one of the ways that you can tell if a service dog is nearing retirement, when you get out their harness, if they are not excited about it, that is one way of them telling you, like, this is, you know, that's one way that they can tell you that they're not into it, or like they're not up for it. And he, let me tell you, every time we get his harness out, he's excited. But I know that there will be a day that for whatever reason, he'll give us the signs and we'll know. But,
or that we'll know that even though he wants to work, he needs to rest. And I think that's
where we're at.
That's probably going to be the case with Ollie.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it's so interesting, and like, I was actually thinking about this the last day or two as he's been sore. I was like, well, you know what? If this is his time that he needs to retire, what crazy and kind of amazing, perfect timing that I'm doing well. I'm not having as many hard coughing fits. And so it would be okay. Like, it's okay. And it's, I mean, it's a full, like, mixed bag of emotions, but we will just keep taking it day by day and be thankful for every moment that we have with him, whether that's at home on the couch just as a family, or in the hospital, or out on adventures, or whatever it holds. And just because I know other people have asked, like, when service dogs retire, do they stay with the handler or do they go to a new home or what? He will always stay with us. Yeah, so retire, sick, through anything, through sickness and, what is it? The marriage vows? In sickness and in health, he will be with us.
And as always, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.